Alright, so today I want to talk about what I consider to be one of Pixar's most hated run of movies, and kind of unjustly so. They're run from 2020 to 2023, which, yeah, some of the movies, they're not as good as older Pixar, but they're still really good. They're not terrible. So, yeah, I want to describe, how I feel like I'm going to go in depth about each movie, and just, see what makes people criticize this, but also give my thoughts on them, because I think that at least some of the movies, Lightyear not included, are pretty good. Basically all the other movies, except for Lightyear and kind of Onward, I don't really like. So yeah, let's get into it. And I do think that Pixar is returning, so yeah. Alright, so first we have Onward, which I have to say that Onward is great in concept, but pretty bad in execution. I like the core ideas, it's just not executed in the best way it could be. It's about these two elf brothers that try to bring back their dad using magic, which that's not an inherently bad concept, and I like the whole idea of, magic in a world where, things have gone modern. I just don't think that it doesn't really feel Pixar-y, and it's kind of an undefinable factor that makes it feel not like a Pixar movie, and I don't know, it's a little generic at points. I don't know. I've never really been a big fan of Onward. Next is Soul, which I actually think is really good. Kind of. You can't decide whether or not it wants to be a really deep, emotional film about life, or a wacky body swap comedy about two souls in New York City. Yeah. I like the New York scenes. I like the idea of the Soul world. I just don't think they mixed well together. And again, I really don't like the body swap idea. It's just, really bad. So yeah, I want to like Soul. I want to love it. It feels like the most Pixar film. But there's just some stuff in it that I just can't grasp. It has some great messages and great themes. But again, they have to ruin it with, the body swap. And I really like the Soul world. I think it's actually really interesting. Where you go before you're born. Because we're just saying, where you go when you die. So yeah. Next up is Luca, which might be one of my favorite films. I actually rewatched it before recording. Yeah, this movie's really good. It's really simple, but it executes it really well. I feel like it's just overlooked a lot since it's part of the sloppy Pixar 2020s run. But it's about these two sea monster kids, and again, great idea about the sea monsters, honestly. Luca's just great. I really like the friendship themes. It's oddly nostalgic. I really like the messages. Yeah, just Luca is really good. The villain, Ercole, is actually really nice. He's a really nice, refreshing Pixar villain. But yeah, Luca is just really good. I really enjoy it, and I think people need to give it more attention. I really do, because it's a really fun, heartwarming movie with some great messages, and it's just really entertaining all around. Also, it is pasta. Next up is Turning Red, which I also really like. Now, I am not a teenage Chinese-Canadian girl living in 2002, but I do relate to this movie, and I do really enjoy it. I think the humor is nice. I like the idea, and like I said, I don't connect to it as much, but it does have some things I can relate to. Definitely not as much as Inside Out 2, which has similar themes, but yeah. So, Turning Red, I think, is really, really good. Yeah. Next is the one movie from this run that I will rightfully say I don't like, and that's Lightyear. As a diehard Toy Story fan, how could they betray this? It had such a great idea. And they just butchered it with retcon after retcon after weird plot after weird plot after weird villain twist. And they could have done such good with this movie. It could have been great. I was really hoping it would be great when it was first announced and coming out, but nope, we got this instead. I rewatched Lightyear last night. Yeah, I don't like it. Socks is cute. Socks is nice. I like Socks. But other than that, Lightyear is pretty poor. I don't like the Zurg twist. I just don't really like a lot about this movie. It had interesting ideas, like Onward. It had interesting ideas, but very poor execution. So yeah, I don't really like Lightyear. Next up is Elemental, which I rewatched 2 months ago. I like it. like the immigrant themes. I like the idea of like the Element City. I like it. It is some nice humor, some nice emotional beats. Yeah, Elemental is pretty Pixar. It's pretty just pure Pixar, and I genuinely just really like it. I feel like it's overlooked because of its like box office run, but yeah, Elemental, pretty good. I feel like that since most of these films were chucked straight to Disney Plus, they just didn't resonate with viewers as much, but I really like most of them. I don't see why they're so hated, but yeah, so comment down below what you think, and yeah, I will see you in the next video tomorrow about Ilio.